A lot of you have asked for this custom. Let's go ahead and make Absolute Batman because nobody else has made it until now. Let's get started. Justice. For the few people that don't know who Absolute Batman is, it's this 7-foot huge Batman from another universe. Basically, it's all metal, all emo, and people like that. Pretty cool. It's a pretty cool design, I'm not gonna lie. And that's why I need one. But the issue is, nobody's doing it right now. Not McFarlane, not Mezco, not Hasbro, not Mattel. What's the next step? Make it myself. But it's kind of like a complex design. I know I'll be using the Atom body just because of the width and musculature and aesthetic. We got issues like boots, joint systems, gloves, wrist gauntlets, cowls, capes. But lucky for me, my job got cut in half. Why? Because a long time ago, I had purchased this Dark Knight Returns from Figurextudio, and these guys already did all of that for me. All I gotta do is grab this version and turn it into this version. Do you see the similarities? Luckily, this guy does have a detachable emblem, so I can probably make a magnetic emblem that's wider, and then I gotta make the axe, the head, and all that stuff. So let's go ahead and get started. When it came to the actual designing of this figure, I feel like I didn't struggle as much. I don't know if because I had the scan from Teen Turtle, but all the pieces, when I printed them down, they seem to fit just nice. I guess it's just based on experience that I've done this so many times. You get a good understanding of how the material works and how it's going to transfer into a physical form. Now that we have all the necessary pieces sculpted, let's go ahead and print them out. In this situation, I'll be using two different type of resins, F69, which is super flexible, and Tough 74, that is made to emulate plastic. So I was pulling it out, and then this thing broke on me, the bottom half, and the top half didn't. And I was like, why? But because there's more, like, you see how the top has a little bit more intersecting parts in comparison to these two, where just two straps. I can show it better off here. So it's just this bottom area, this top area that I've had issues with, and I'm adding a couple straps in between so I can have a little bit more support when I yank it out. And then I'm gonna go ahead and thicken this area too. It doesn't really matter because at the end of the day, it's gonna be like stretched out, so it doesn't have to be like a super tight fit, you know. There's some give to the material, but yeah, definitely I'll have to redo that one more time. So here it is, pre-painted. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have to prep it so I can paint it. It shouldn't be too hard of a paint job. It's mostly the head and the holding hand, because everything else usually comes in black. These are all flexible F69 resin. As you can see, it's flexible, it won't crack, and it goes magnetically to the chest. Let's go ahead and just paint it, bro. So I don't consider my paint jobs to be the craziest when it comes to skin tones, but I feel like I get the job done, you know? And exactly, I'll show you the method and how I do it. It's mostly directional lighting, and I do a lot of washes when it comes to the resin that I'm using, which is a frozen, I don't know, I'll put it in the screen, whatever it is. So here I'm doing the washes, and then after I do a couple layered washes, then I go ahead and grab the flesh color. And then from the top, we start at the bottom, now we at the top. We do directional lighting to cover all that surface and then cover those washes just a tiny bit so you can still get those values through and the dynamic skin tones, you know. So after you do all that, then you just paint it black. You know, black is black, doesn't really matter, whatever, you know. And then here when it came to the accessories like the chest and the axe, I was just sanding it down, prepping it, and I did black and a bit of grab brushing, you know, nothing special. It's mostly black in the comics, so who cares. Now when it came to the grabbing hands, I think this could be valuable information for you, so pay attention. I went ahead and painted it black like anything else, wait for it to dry, hit it with the clear coat, gloss clear coat from Super Mr. Clear, played with it, still rubbed off. Did it again like 3 more times, still rubbed off. So let me show you a trick to avoid paint rub within the grip of the hand. You're gonna need the Liquitex gloss, and I rubbed it between the hand. I'll wait for it to dry, hit it with another gloss, and then hit it with the matte. Now I can actually hold the item without rubbing off. And you know, why not? I'm already here. Let's make the goon for Black Mask. I feel like it's a pretty fun design, and you can, if you want it, I'll have it available in my Etsy. So I'll be honest with you guys, I haven't read the comic. I just look at the pictures. I can't read for shit. That's a misfortune of mine. But visually, I went straight off the comic panels. And I noticed that it's very, very monkey-like, you know, very monkey. In my short, I said black mask, but I know it's not black mask. It's one of the henchmen. Black mask has more like a orby head. You know what I mean? The skull designs are kind of like different within one another, but in general, they look like kind of like a monkey skull. And also, I decided to do the 2 dots in the eyes so I can create this effect like it's always following you the whole time. And I copied it directly from the comics because I feel like even though they didn't do it with that purpose, it fits really good with the sculpt. Also, if you liked the video so far, make sure you like, comment the salute emoji, just so I know you're watching. And let me just remind you, bro, you're currently subscribed to somebody who hasn't posted in 10 and 15 years, and you subscribe. So, hey, I try to be consistent. I try to do cool action figure projects, so if you like it, I recommend you subscribe, bro. But also, I recommend you check out my Etsy. I got a couple cool projects on there. People have been digging this water tower, and people seem to like that one a lot, you know, so you can get it through my Etsy as well. If you want to stay communicated, I recommend you check out my Discord. This kit also works for McFarlane. It's going to be available on my Etsy as well. Thank you. Let's get back to the video. And I have the figure finished. But I just want to emulate these type of pictures. Like Mr. Lee type of pictures. Follow me, let's see if I can get the shots, and I'll show you how I get the shots, and then I'll show you the custom. So I know you'll need the background. I know people use kind of like these type of styrofoam so it can reflect. A big old light, 2 individual lights, maybe a tiny tripod, and I need one bigger light. So here we have everything we need. Shout out to ryocityhunterch, because he showed me his setup for these pictures. I'll show them in screen. They look pretty awesome, dude. And I DM him and I'm like, hey dude, how do you set up those things? And he showed me his whole light up setup. And basically we're gonna try and emulate that in just a bit. And I don't know, let's add some dioramas, might as well. And then just as reference, this is how I'm creating this shot. We got a big ass light here, we got a light over there, this side light, and then light over top. You could probably use something better than just handheld. Now that we have all these things finished, let me go and show you the end result. That's been the whole video. Let me know if you liked it. Let me know if you like the DC characters. I know I do mostly Marvel, you know. It's because the only DC character that I mostly like is Batman and Superman. You know, those are my favorite designs when it comes to those characters. But if there's any other character you might want to see, you know, let me know. I'll consider it. But yeah, man, that's been basically the whole video. Thank you. Bye.